A warning from Duluth school leaders tonight about a dangerous trend. They say students have been using pellet and gel pellet guns to shoot at each other. In a warning to parents tonight, school leaders say these types of guns are classified as a dangerous weapon in the student handbook. Superintendent John Magus says while there haven't been incidents on school grounds, the district is taking the trend seriously.
It's very easy for somebody to get hurt, and quite often, even though these are different types of weapons, a pellet gun can be considered a pretty serious weapon when it comes to school district related issues.
Now, the district says students caught with one on school property or at school related event could be suspended or expelled.